Hello people, this is Rado and welcome to an episode of Career Mode. This is episode 2 of my Newcastle Career Mode. I haven't done one of these in a while, but we had a match against Hamburger SV, so I'm going to go ahead and do some team management here. I'm going to be playing all my new signings, Dyer, Mayuka and Fisher, and Cisse will not be playing this match. So in this match against Hamburger SV, they were not playing their main danger men. They weren't playing Van der Vaart or their keeper Adler, which are the only two players I really recognise from that lineup. So it was a home game and it was a pre-season friendly, so I should really be winning this match.
And I don't think there's any reason why
Fisher picks up the ball here and he could pass it here, but he decides to dribble past a few players and then he passes it to Kabay. Kabay hits it on his left foot and somehow that goes into the net. Adler definitely would have saved that, but this Hamburger keeper didn't. Here's just a replay, it goes below the keeper's arm, but they pick the ball up here in the 40th minute and play it through to their right winger, Arslan, and then the header from their striker, but it just doesn't really connect right, and it did sort of look like it might have been a penalty. So at half time it was still 1-0, and it looked like we were controlling the game at this point. So in the 47th minute they pick up the ball here, just piling on the pressure, and they cross it in again to their striker, and he nearly heads that in, just Krul making the save. And then Fisher passes it through to Santon, who is a right-footed left back, have to mention, and he crosses it in, but Mayuka just can't get his head in that ball. So I get a free kick in the 75th minute, and Anita picks up the ball here, who I subbed on for Kabay because his fitness is getting low, and just he is a CDM, so you wouldn't be expecting him to finish that, but he could have hit a better shot than that. And then here they're still piling on the pressure and they almost score here, and that did look like a penalty in the 80th minute. And then still they're on the attack, and the defender tries to clear that and he does, and then the referee blows it up in the 90th minute because the game is over and it ends 1-0. So there's the match ratings. Krul getting man of the match and also Santon getting an 8.4 rating. So there, my scout is now ready to scout, and my first game of my career ends in a win. So then I go into my manager office and set up a scouting network here. I'm going to set him up in, I believe it is Brazil, just to scout for any type of player, because this career mode will hopefully last a while and I'll be able to play some of these scouted players. Then I go in to buy a few players. I'm looking for a defensive midfielder, quite a young one, and I probably will play him instead of Tiote now that Tiote is probably going to Sunderland, just as long as talks don't break down. So there are quite a few options here. So I was definitely looking for a CDM, but here Vilhena couldn't play as a CDM, so it didn't put an offer in for him. But this man, Junior Malanda, he looks like a good option because he's only 17 and he's 68 overall. He's only worth 1.3 million, but I do go ahead and offer 1.7 because he's one of the key players in his role apparently. So then I go ahead and advance here. I've got a game coming up against FC Lorient. But then my scout comes back and says that he is setting up the scouting network, and then I advance again, and then Chuck Tiote goes to Aston Villa. Sorry, I might have said West Ham previously, but it is Aston Villa he's going to, or Sunderland I think it said, but it is Aston Villa. And then I go ahead and make a contract offer for Malanda because the offer of 1.7 million was accepted. So then here's the game against Lorient. The only players that I do know play for Lorient are the man Traore, who got a man of the match in Ultimate Team. He plays for Lorient, and I'm not quite aware of any other players. They're our team in the League One, and this should be quite an easy win for a team like Newcastle. So then, in the team management, of course, I'll bring on Mayuka and all my other new signings again. And there's their lineup. So no real threat, it looks like. And then this really should be an easy win because it is an away game, so a win might not be that easy. I'll be hoping Mayuka or Fisher do get a goal in this match because they are my new signings, and I really do hope they do well. So It's the first highlight of this game is Lorient. They play a ball here through to the striker, but Krul does manage to get that away. Then the ball comes back to them, and they're still on the attack, and Traore picks up the ball here, but he is left footed and he hits that on his right, and they do get a free kick from this. Traore steps up to take this free kick. I think he's 77 overall in the game, but he just hits the wall there, and then he takes another strike and it hits the wall again. And then the next highlight is Newcastle. Mayuka picks up the ball here and plays it through to Ben Arfa, who is a really good player in this game, 5-star skills. Anita then crosses it in, or fake crosses it in, then Ben Arfa lets it run through his legs. Mayuka picks it up, but then the pass fails through to Fisher. Then it is half time and it is still 0-0. The next highlight is in the 58th minute when Traore is played through here by one of their attacking midfielders. He hits on his right, but he does hit the post, and then Dyer clears that. Fisher crosses it in here to Mayuka, I believe, no, to Kabai, and then Mayuka goes to hit a shot on the volley and it goes completely wide. Then they do get a goal back in the 79th minute, and I couldn't believe I hadn't scored yet in this match. And then their right back just crosses it in here now, and they get another goal, a really dodgy goal. It hits off Krul's boot and then comes back and he heads it in. So it was 2-0 to Lorient in that match, which was quite a fail in my behalf. And then I don't even get a player in the man of the match, and my highest rated player was 7.8. So then I go ahead and advance. I do have another game against Levante coming up. It is a home game, so I really do have to win that much. Then I get a transfer offer for Cisse, £11 million, whenever he is only worth 9 million. So I did go ahead and accept that because I was hoping to play Mayuka a bit more often. And then one day later, well, firstly Malanda accepted his contract. Then one day later, talks between Cisse and Sunderland break down. So then I go ahead and do some team management, just making sure that Mayuka, Dyer and Fisher are all in my starting 11 for the next game against Levante, but you're going to have to wait for that. So thanks for watching, and please remember to like, subscribe and comment. Bye.